Morning, people.
We are the Windwash family, yeah. We are the Windwash family. Come make we sing. We are the Windwash family, yeah. We are the Windwash family. We are the Windwash family.
It's Friday morning. It's not crunchy time.
It's Friday morning Rants and Bants with Rudi Lickwood and the crew, Aston Matapha Jones,
Julie Juice, Coach Astrid, and Lescha Marshall-Witter.
Early morning conversation with a special guest each week.
Join us.
Bring your tea, your coffee,
and let us fill you up
At 8:15 a.m. to 9:15 a.m.
Friday mornings.
Right.
See you there.
Live with me, Rudi Lickwood, and the Rants and the Bants crew. Good morning, people, and welcome to
Grand rises.
blessings.
Look at this. We're having a nightmare this morning.
Blessings from the header. Yeah.
blessings. Allow me to introduce the panel to you. To my right, I have Aston Matapha Jones, Julie Juice, and Coach Astrid. I'm not sure what is happening today. I think the spirits are either around and about, but we're definitely being hit by some sort of poltergeist at the moment.
Yeah, it's just madness. What madness now go on, yes sir? Madness now go on, yes sir?
I don't know. It's got to be the spooks at work.
Me no know.
All of a sudden,
Yes,
it's fixed itself though.
The Orishas are making themselves known.
You know.
Yes, I.
Morning,
Yes,
Julian.
Grand rises, everybody.
Morning.
Grand rises.
Blessings, everyone. It's Friday.
All I know, what I would like to say is, well done, England. Well done. especially the darker ones.
Chocolate, come in.
Yeah, man.
I think that's a bit biased myself personally.
No.
Because I think it takes a team. I think it's a team effort.
Hold on. Let's set this right. If they pass the ball to him or them, then they utilize it and they score and they save their lives. In fact, they actually said, okay, then we ain't gonna score everything. We'll pass it to you and then see what you can do with it. Right? What can I say?
Look what he did with it.
What can I say? And the thing
Look
is,
at
I'm not even a football fan. You know what I mean? So
You're not a football fan now.
If my 83-year-old mother could say something.
If you put down £1,000 in front of me and says name 6 of the British team, I'll just push it back to you and say, go on with yourself. And that's the truth. That's the truth, man.
Okay, I understand that. I hear that. I think most people, I would say the majority of people, not everybody's into football, which is true. But I mean, the one thing that football does do is it does galvanize a nation. I mean, it's not even just the British nation. It's they done it with France. When France had played the African team. I'm sorry. When France played their squad. France put out their squad. But it actually does galvanize countries. Sport does that, funny enough, don't you find?
Really does.
Yeah, Africa won the World Cup.
Most of us were born then as well, weren't we? But and the panel, most.
Yeah.
What are you saying? Are you saying that Coach Astrid was a fetus at the time?
She wasn't even a fetus. She was a figment of her mum and dad's imagination.
Yeah.
Yep, I was. I was.
She was just practice.
You know who?
Woo!
Yeah.
Good
Wow.
morning, Grace. How you doing?
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Oh my gosh. So I'm going to give up the ghost spirit-wise with this lighting. It is what it is. So
Oh,
apologies,
gosh.
everyone.
Oh my God!
Man.
I just don't understand it because, I mean, even I feel as though I've got some sort of aura, or you would have thought that I passed wind and the, you know,
It's hanging around.
Oh, that's hilarious.
it was hanging around me, sort of like, you know what I mean?
Woo!
It's
That's hilarious.
morning, Liz. How you doing, babes?
Oh, morning, Liz.
Hey.
The Mancunian is up and about.
Mancunian.
Hey.
Young Mancunian is up and about, man.
I'll be up once they open the gates, the floodgates up to Manchester.
Yeah, I know they said that the population boom in 9 months' time is going to be a big spike.
What do you mean 9 months' time? It's
Because
never
why?
been
We've
like
been
already.
happening. We've had 2 lots.
Every time I see people, they're pregnant.
Yeah,
Is that what? Well, what else? Well, the thing is, what else are you going to do during lockdown?
I know, right?
Exactly. Yeah, man.
If the mature women are pregnant, then we need to ask the question, really. You know, 40 and 50-year-old women, if they're getting pregnant, that's what you need to be asking. Yeah.
Dig deep, fellas. Dig deep.
I think they have been digging deep. That's the problem.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
wow. But it's
Yeah,
not
man,
it's not the digging deep. It's how you manage yourself.
Well, there's always there is always protection, like looking out for a camera in the ceiling. You know what I mean? You got to I think that's the first point.
You don't need a camera in the ceiling. Just set one up yourself.
George. Yeah.
Loving it, George. Loving it.
Julia have doppy all over her. You're talking to the spirits, girl. You're talking to the spirits.
You are.
Good morning, Carl. How you doing, Carl?
Yeah, man.
Good morning, Carl.
It seems like all the jokes seem to be on Matt Hancock this morning, Carl, and
Mr. Lovers Rock.
Who's that?
Well, if anybody did dance to me like that, they'd be running.
Mr. Lovers Rock, man.
Carl's a bit of everything, from what I understand.
Yeah.
Is he? Oh,
Mr. Bombastic. Oh,
boy, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh boy.
I don't know what's going on. I just don't get it. Because even I'm just surprised at the way that I'm getting this little fuzzy thing. Look at that. When I raise my hand, everything is
You're
just
getting loads.
Yeah.
Maybe it's an indication of the finances that's flowing your way.
What? How does that
I'm
work?
rich then.
Yeah.
I must be really poor then. So there you go.
Wow.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm right with you. You know. Oh. All right with you.
Let's not let it worry us.
You grab her up and squeeze her batty. Oh God, that's Mr. Matt Hancock, isn't it?
Oh
Yeah, man.
gosh.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh.
man.
Should we go in there again? All right.
We're not
Huh?
We're not
No,
baseline
come
drop.
there.
We're not baseline drop. That's it. You're gone.
Isn't there a song there, isn't it? One dance, just won't do.
Ooh, yes.
Actually, last night I attended the karaoke, and
Okay.
the missus was singing that song.
Oh,
okay.
okay. One dance just won't do.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you cheer her on?
Of course I cheered her on. Always do.
Yeah.
Always do. Yeah, man.
When you're just saying, yes, see, she's talking about me. I do more than
Exactly.
one dance.
Exactly. And all the man them look on me and say, mm-hmm.
That's nice. That's nice.
So what did you lot not do a duet or something like that?
No. She hasn't allowed me to be in her presence for do that.
Oh.
Do you not sing well then?
Huh?
There's got to be a reason, isn't it?
Sing
Because she
well.
must have heard you in the bathtub, isn't it?
Let's say I improvise quite a lot, and my rhythm and tunes are very jazzified.
Oh,
In other words, no, I can't sing too good.
Oh my God. At least you're being honest.
Yeah, man. No, listen. You get to a certain age of where you just don't care, right? And thank God for karaoke.
There's got to be a thing called pride, though, innit?
No, man. You just get up there and just have fun, man. Just have fun. That's it.
No, because you let down the ones that can sing.
Oh,
So by the time they go up, everybody expects them to sing bad, and then when they sing well, you go, "Oh, wow!"
I'm not going after them.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's just craziness. Now you know what?
No,
I used to love.
I'm not a. Let's say I'm not a. Was it Susan Boyle? I'm not a Susan Boyle, but you know,
American Tan Tights.
I think you've got her features, though. I think you've got her features.
She could sing.
Yeah, it's the American Tan Tights, the weird dress that I want to see Aston in. She walks out in and the church hairdo. Looking forward to having a drink with the Black Susan Boyle.
And that'll be good.
So there's meant to be something happening in London next weekend, apparently. Liz is passing through London. What are you passing through London for?
Picnic.
What's up?
She's probably coming to visit, I
think the Shamps and Giggles have got a party or something. I'm not sure.
Picnic in the park.
Picnic in the park. Woohoo!
Hyde Park meetup. Oh, okay.
Hyde Park.
It's almost like a year to the day, isn't it? Isn't it about a year to the day?
Probably.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah.
Carl says that when he sings, it's like everyone's running out of a burning building, man.
But don't DJs always try to sing? Countryman's the first, isn't he? He's the first person that tries to sing, and you're like, just stick to playing records, mate. You know.
The thing is, Countryman knows, but his being just takes over.
You know, so
takes over.
Roll that one back again. Roll that one. I have sang those songs.
What, Silly Games?
I have sang Silly Games, yeah. But I can't hit them high notes.
Let's not even go with that one. Oh my God.
How many cats can hit that note?
Lord, put some down, give money for
Yeah. And the ones that sing it from the heart, right? I'm telling you.
It's actually in tune,
Janet is safe with that note, boy. Janet is safe. Yeah, man. Yeah.
I'm still loving the song. I haven't gone off it quite yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Silly Games.
Yeah. That's an anthem. That is, man.
Exactly.
That's an anthem.
I think Rudi ruined it for me last year.
Who ruined it? Me?
I'm not sure it was Rudi that ruined it, but there we go.
No, when he kept playing that one when she's smashing the record.
All right. Yeah.
That GIF or that little meme that he did, that was hilarious.
Blame me. Yeah. It was me.
We will. Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
Nothing to
Might
do
have
with
been
the
the
guy who
McQueen guy, but you know.
nothing to do with Mr. McQueen. It was me.
Yeah.
No. He just went off your rhetorics. That's all.
Yeah, no, it is a classic.
One more time.
One more time.
No, it's the fact that he did what you did, Aston. He improvised, got the words totally wrong, and the tune.
That's it.
When he was being
It sounds
interviewed
like-
tonight.
Yeah, it sounds like, it sounds like.
I can name that tune in 500.
That's it. Bring out Guinness punch, yes,
Bring in
man.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Absolutely. Actually, I think there'll be a lot of that rolling on Sunday, just to drown the sorrows.
Morning from Antigua.
Isn't it?
Morning,
Dave Morrissey. How you doing, Dave?
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Hey.
All the way out in Antigua, man.
Woo.
Sunny
Boy,
Antigua.
respect.
They do good rum there.
Respect, man. Respect.
Yeah.
Nice rum there.
Is it? I've had quite a bit of rum there myself as well.
Yeah. Haven't touched down there yet.
No,
No.
Yeah, it's
no,
nice
they
rum.
got Nelson's Dock down there, if I'm correct. Which is where he parked up. No, what do they don't park their car. What do they moor it? What do they do?
More.
Yeah.
Or their car?
No.
They moor their car. But what's it? We just now mentioned Janet Kay and the crew, and I do believe that they were in
Oh yeah.
Birmingham.
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 Watch him.
Victor Mary Evans.
I can't believe why is Victor wearing his pajamas?
No man.
Oh my God.
Listen, the man is sporting the colours, man. He's wearing his colours proud.
That's OTT, man.
No, man, no. That's real.
That's the African
That's real.
colours,
That's real African colours,
yeah.
man. I wore.
Yeah.
When them say wear your flag, I wore. We couldn't decide what colour, so we just wear them all at the same time.
In time.
That's it,
God,
man.
all at the same time. I like that.
Yeah, man. That's how African go on. Yeah, man.
Really do.
Yeah, man.
They do, because I've actually got an outfit where the skirt is all of those colours.
There you
All
go.
of those colours.
Yeah.
But that is the thing to do, is to wear all of those colours together.
Yeah. The thing that I do like about even the kente cloths, right? Is that each one represents a story or an occasion.
Yes. Yes.
So it's not a thing of, oh, I like that. You have to, if you really follow it properly, you wear certain cloths on certain occasions.
That's right.
So
I had my outfit made in Ghana, and it's made with kente cloth.
Wow.
So it's like I treasure it. Trust me.
Yeah, man. I had one made for my mother as well, and it's like as I say, when she wears it, it's like a royal garment.
It really
Beautiful.
is. I've got a couple.
Beautiful.
I dated a Nigerian, so I was.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That's it. That's their. That's their thing, isn't it? That's their thing. Change out 3-4 outfits one time.
3-4, yeah.
And they have an outfit for the man, and an outfit for the woman made of the same
cloth.
Same cloth, especially if you're going to an occasion together. Then it just shows that the two of you are together.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So it's like
Oh, matching clothes.
Yeah.
It's good,
yeah. Yeah, I know the English tried it with the tracksuits and all that, but no, that's not. Didn't work.
No.
Look at Jill's face.
Not anywhere.
I'm not really. I must admit, not really a big fan of
African
matching
prints?
clothing.
Okay.
Matching, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it just shows the synchronicity of the relationship, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
No. Individual. No.
Yeah. Oh well. At least that you've got it lined up right, because you know you see how me and the coach is on one side and you go on the other side.
Of course, yes.
You said I'm not a coach. What you on about?
I'm talking about wearing the same clothes to show
Right,
that you are
synchronicity
together.
of clothing. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't let the head come up in there.
You know. The thing is, right, is that, you know, when you like, you're in a relationship and then all of a sudden, you know, you go and get dressed and do anything, and then you come out and then go, wow, we're wearing almost the same thing here. You know what I mean? It's a nice thing, man.
That's
it's a nice thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
To me, that's like you're trying to have ownership. It's like saying, well, normally I find that it's, I don't know, I could be wrong here because I could be deemed as being
No, talk your talk and then we can beat you.
Say what you got to say. Say what you got to say.
Talk it out.
Hilarious. Love it.
It's like try to have, like saying this belongs to me. We are the same. We are. No.
Yeah. Okay.
No. I'm just.
If you're comfortable in it, you're comfortable. Yeah.
Exactly.
Simple as that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I've been out with my siblings. We've taken a picture, which Rudy might have, and we've all either wore blue, white, or black, and it looked like it was staged. But actually, we all came out of different houses, and we all literally wore the same. But not that. No, that's going too far. But yeah, so we took a picture. It's a beautiful picture. In fact, all of us, it's our favourite picture of us together. But it was just one of those moments, and we captured it. And my mum was saying, "Oh, well, how come you all plan to dress like that?" And it's kind of like, no, it's not that serious.
Yeah.
I find that it's things that, I think that's young love. I just.
No. It goes right through, man. Right through. Trust.
So you're going to be 70, 80, both wearing the same, going, Mildred, get your yellow jumper on today.
Come on, Mildred, let's go now. Let's go shopping.
Let's go down to the bingo.
Let's do some karaoke.
Karaoke, yeah.
You're the one that I love. You are the one I love. Woo, woo, woo. And the one that I love. Oh, you are the one I love. Woo, 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 honey.
Oh no!
There you go.
No.
Matching couples, man. Matching couples.
Purple Tims as well. Gosh.
I like the Tims actually. They were nice.
I mean, it's, to me,
they were nice.
It's, I don't know. I guess it's just not to dress up looking the same though.
How about when the pair of you have the same trainers?
Trainers are different.
No, because they're both wearing the same thing. Same difference.
Yeah, but who's looking at people's shoes?
Yeah, but not the whole outfit.
Yeah, what people's shoes?
Yeah.
I look at everything.
I've turned into a sneakerhead, really. Yeah?
I look at shoes first, and then look at everything else.
Yeah, you look at shoes first, isn't it?
Yes.
Has he got an Oyster card? Is it an Oyster card? He's got an Oyster card.
I'm not fussed about the Oyster card bit. The shoes. If he's got decent shoes, we can.
Is he in trainers or is he in shoes?
Exactly.
Has he got athlete's foot or has he got a clean?
Lord.
You see?
That's nice.
That looks good.
Yeah, that I can wear that. That's nice.
Colours.
Yeah, but they're not wearing the same. They're just coordinated.
Yeah, that's coordinating. I think that's not like the same. That's not like
that's coordinated. That's lovely. That's ridiculous.
Okay. That I wouldn't go for. What they had on your next picture is what I'm talking about. That's
that's nice. That's nice.
Right, that's why I took it off the screen quick because from the time females start getting ideas, someone's going shopping.
Too late. We got ideas already.
No way. We don't.
Them going shopping.
Them type of clothes you don't shop for. You get them made.
No, you get them made exactly.
That's right.
Oh, morning, Spice.
Morning, Chef.
All right. Hey.
See, that's nice. Yeah, that is nice. But when you see them with the same hair colour, the same dress, the same suit, exactly the same, no, it's not happening. I think probably once, like when a child dresses the same as their dad or their mum as a one-off, then great. But all the time, no, it's not going to fly.
Now, did you hear me say all the time?
No, but I'm saying all the time, no.
Not all the time.
I think
going out on a special
occasion, for an
occasion,
it's like an occasion, isn't it? It's like it's an occasion. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
like
those dropping
the
all
child
the time.
to school.
Dropping the child to school.
Turning up in a school uniform with your child. You see, that's not gonna happen. Where are you getting all these pictures from, Rudy? What's this attire?
I'm just seeing that's a relationship waiting to brook up. That's all I see.
Wow.
That's what I'm looking at. I give them 2 months. Come on, them dress up this year.
About 2 weeks.
Dress the same, man. No.
Oh my gosh, no.
Yeah, a lot of the young women do that as well, don't they? As a group of women or a group of lads, they all dress exactly the same.
That tends to be Helen Stag Do's, isn't it? Helen Stag Do's.
Helen Stag Do's is all right. Yeah.
You can unwrap the your shrink wrap clothing now because they're gonna open everything on the 18th. Is it 18th?
19th.
19th.
Yeah.
19th.
Shrink wrap clothing.
Yeah, you know the one what suck when you suck out the air out the bag to keep it fresh.
Yeah.
Because we tried that. We tried getting that to save. You know, we meant to be able to save space. Like you put all the things in the bag. No, it doesn't. It doesn't work at all. Tried it, mate, and the amount of things that I bought.
All the air out of it.
Yeah, the amount of things that I bought, you know, the late night shopping thing.
Yes.
It's not a good idea, especially if it's been smoking some narcotics. It's the trash that turns up the next day. The trash that turns up the next day.
Oh my days!
See?
Oh wow!
See?
Wow!
That's what you do with your curtains when you're done with them. See?
That's what you do with your curtains. Oh god, no. From kente cloth to curtains. No, that's
not kente cloth. That is not kente cloth.
No, that's not kente cloth.
No.
It's actually not a bad photo, but it just a bit too extreme.
Morning, Mark.
Right. That's not kente.
Long time, Mark. How you doing?
Oh my gosh, that's just too funny. Too funny. You look like curtains, though.
It did look like
that you wouldn't put up anymore as well at that, you know. They look like
So your wife get she gets some improvisation this, you know. So,
yeah.
I'm just looking at my curtains whether I would wear them. The answer is no.
Give it the list Hurley look.
Oh my gosh.
They're nice. Gosh. They're just not to be worn. Yeah.
I don't think I'd wear mine either, actually.
I think mine would need a bit of a wash.
Yeah.
Even if I wash them, I still
give it an urban look. No.
But it has been known to be done though.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It has.
Remember that scene in was it Gone with the Wind?
Gone with the Wind, yes. She made her dress out of all the curtains and everything. Yes.
That's right. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Red velvet curtains she had, and that's what she made the dress from. So yeah.
Well, she never made it. The young.
Tell me
the young woman who was
the
young house helper.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Oh, the maid.
The help.
The help. That's what they used to call them, innit? The help.
Yes.
Good film.
Your curtains. Oh my god.
What's that? Oh my gosh, that's just too funny.
That is certainly good. Just left them hanging.
Yeah.
Left them hanging. There you go. There you go.
No.
Oh
No.
No. I remember as a child learning how to make clothes and make dresses and shorts and all of that kind of stuff, and it was that kind of idea that they had, and it was like, I don't think I'm going to use that material.
One of the skills my mother had was she was a seamstress. So I used to have all those those patterns you could buy from Woolworths.
You found them.
You need to stop now, Rudy. Yes, you need to stop. This is painful. This is painful. Stop it, Rudy. This is so painful. I wanted to be a fashion designer when I was younger. Oh, this is just hurtful. This is painful.
Nothing wrong with being a fashion designer.
Not at all, but it would smacks the teeth of ridiculous that people would use.
Yeah, but don't you think
fashion something like that you want to?
Most of the things that I see on catwalks, would people ever wear?
No. That's like prototype vehicles and
I
things
just
like
think
that.
it's their creativity, isn't it?
Yeah,
just showing how creative.
But like from that, then you would have another derivative that would be practical.
Because a lot of things that I do see people wearing, when I see them on the catwalk, I think, who's gonna freaking wear that?
Wear that, exactly.
Seriously, man.
Who is gonna wear that? You're right.
Where you going with that?
Yeah.
You think to yourself, really? Honestly?
What? Didn't Dizzy say something about those jeans that people were wearing with the stains? You've seen them and they got stains. It looked like you wet yourself. And then there's actually Idris Elba wearing some, and he just went, "You used to be a role model." I just cracked up when I seen it because it's faded jeans with a really dark denim stain around the genitalia, so it looks like you wet yourself. Yeah, see.
Breakfast. Wear breakfast. Yeah, let's wear our breakfast.
Wear your breakfast instead of eating your breakfast.
Could wear that next week to the picnic. Johnny Red, Lord.
Oh my gosh.
Get that coming off the underground.
Can you imagine? Everyone 2 meter distance, you'd have more than a 2 meter distance.
You'd have to come with fried chicken, Guinness punch, and a fried dumpling on your shoulder, fried chicken.
Imagine that would be something to see. That would be something to see. Oh my gosh.
I just got somebody with a jollof rice.
Instead of polka dot, jollof rice.
Oh my gosh, that would be too bad.
That'd be hilarious.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's fashion gone wrong.
Oh boy.
Fashion these days ain't even gone right. What is with, right? Let me just ask this question. What is with the ripped jeans?
Oh, that was
ripped jeans?
Yeah, that was Shabba Ranks. Shabba Ranks calls that.
No, hold on. What the cut up?
Yes.
I mean, it was poverty clothing, but Shabba made it kind of like cool in a way, didn't he? He kind of remember when he had that haircut where where his hair was kind of like lean and you could wedge him underneath the door, right? But he used to wear some proper.
Yeah, he used to wear some
tear-up clothes.
But I just don't
some
get
fashion items.
Why people would pay so much money for ripped jeans? It makes no sense to me.
But if you wear denim long enough, it will tear.
Exactly.
No, but that's if you wash it because it's been washed.
You have to wash it. You have to wash it. All I know, as soon as I see that, it's gone. I don't wear them things there.
What's the point of wearing? As far as I'm concerned, jeans are supposed to be worn without rips in them.
Here.
They're supposed to be worn without rips in them. And when you've got rips in them right under the crease of your behind, and most of the front is ripped and you can see yourself, what is the point?
Yeah, I think on that one.
And you've seen the jeans with, the pocket bits are showing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
No, hold on. Just a moment. Battery rider is all right. Don't worry.
Wow.
No, man. No.
Wow.
No.
Aston, come on.
That's the number one. Yeah, hot pants, man. Yeah.
I'll let you into a little secret.
I used to love a battery rider, though. I
used to have a pair of black velvet battery riders.
There you go. See?
I got too much battery to ride in them the shots, and now I'm not able for that.
I've got butty, but boy, I won't be wearing that now. Oh no! Oh no!
You're right.
You have
I didn't have to pay £3,000 for mine.
Oh no! Shame.
Put it on eBay and see what go on then.
Yay!
Chicken feed, £3,000, come.
No.
Nah, man. I think if you can find a decent pair of battery riders, good on you. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They don't have to be like so tight that everything's falling out over the top of it. But you know, if it fits just right, just nice and tidy, then yeah, why not?
Yeah, I hear that. You just
yeah. Not at my mature age.
Oh no!
Oh no! Why would you do that? Oh my god!
I mean, look at the one.
Everything just a flood out all over the flood. You can't even tuck that in. You can't even tuck it in.
No,
it's like it's strangled. Yeah, strangled, man.
No photoshopping this somewhere.
No.
She meant that. Then again, is it a she or he?
Oh,
it's a hard one to tell, isn't it?
Oh.
That is hard to tell.
I would say because of where the tattoo is, it's a woman.
That's what I assumed as well.
Yeah, because of where the tattoo is, it's a woman. Because a lot of ladies have a tattoo literally just at the bottom of their back there.
Okay.
Whereas guys don't tend to. They tend to have it on their arms or their legs or the chest or whatever. So.
Morning, Lescha.
Morning, Lescha.
Morning.
Yeah. How you doing? Yes, I.
Oh, I'm showing my age when it comes to fashion. I don't business, you know. I'm happy with my age, and I like who I am, and I like how old I am too.
That's right.
So
and she ain't dressing like that.
Exactly. No, sir. No.
That's the sort of thing that Stingo would salivate over, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, that's too funny.
Hilarious.
That is too funny. It is. And I don't even think I've got any pictures of me in anything dodgy, which is good.
Thankful.
Yeah.
Rudy would have found them. Thankful.
Asking neighbours them.
Rudy would have definitely found them.
Oh no, I ain't got none of me like no. I think
Rudy would have found
no. I
them.
tell you what, I have. You know where we used to take. Now I'm going to show my age. You know, we used to have the actual pictures themselves.
Yeah, Polaroids.
I probably got some of those.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Kodaks and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can't put those online unless you physically put them online. So I've probably got pictures, physical pictures somewhere.
Yeah.
Now here's a good year.
Here's a good what?
No.
No,
that don't look real.
The thing is, when I was young, I never used to see all of them type of things.
That's not real.
That's because you unfortunately, Aston, when you mature, when you were growing, you actually had growth spurts. So it's all the sharp man them who saw that. You know what I mean? You need to be sharp. Yeah, if you're looking at people in their eye to eye, you miss it. You miss it. You miss it. But if you're sharp, then you get a chance to see it.
Yeah, right.
Well, no.
And if you're short like me, you get away with wearing them too.
Oh, the mercy.
No one don't really notice. Well, I say no, I don't really notice. It just depends on the shape.
Yeah, it's all
Depends
about
on the
shape.
shape. So yes.
It is all about shape. That's what it boils down to.
Was
You
it?
know.
How did we get?
Oh, it says tattoo is also known as a tramp stamp. Yes, I wasn't going to say that, Stingo, but thanks. Having a tattoo where she had the tattoo is also known as a tramp stamp.
Tramp stamp. Oh my gosh.
Tramp stamp. Yes.
What's a tramp stamp?
I've never heard that one before.
I've heard of a tramp stamp. It just means that you're kind of easy.
What, slack, loose?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, no wonder Stingo heard of them.
Whoa.
He's a bit slack, isn't he?
Wow.
Stingo, go on for you.
Stingo goes out for a tenner a time, apparently. Tenner a pop, ladies.
Excuse me.
There you go.
Wow.
I'm his pimp.
Wow. Okay. Let's not say
Never see
more
our
on
God,
that.
Yeah.
No.
So the football.
Well,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Black man. That's it. That's all you have to know. It doesn't matter what side they're on. Just score. Just cheer when a black man score. That's it.
But that same black man scored in every single match.
Oh my gosh!
Every single match.
No, he didn't score in the last match.
Set up, and the last match he got the penalty, but it was given to Kane. So,
but then the thing is that is what is expected of that role in that position. If you hold the position that Sterling is playing in, that's the expectation that that's your role. That's your role within the game. Okay. I think the bigger thing is the way in which they get applauded if they do well. Yeah. And then the way it switches from we're all behind you to you black bastard. That's I think that's the thing there. That's a concern, really. Yeah. And it's not like, when you think about it, it's not like things have really changed, because we can go as far back as John Barnes, Viv Anderson.
Wow.
You know.
Yeah, because he was the first English sign, wasn't he, Viv Anderson?
Yeah.
And he actually said, coming from Nottingham Forest, playing for Nottingham Forest, just how difficult it was when he went in, one, to play for Nottingham and then to play, but he still says he's having the first cap ever as a black football player is one of the things he'll take to the death with him, but
and you won't be able to take that away from him either. So
you get the cap, don't you? So
exactly.
It is what it is.
That's right.
That's
right.
But they have to be quite resilient, though, don't you think, to be up against that, because it's something that they have a passion for and a desire, and they're very skilled, and then the very people who are supposed to be supporting you are sometimes condemning you.
Exactly. I think that's the hurtful thing, and that's the same thing that Jesus found, the guy that they talk about in the Bible, right? That one minute they were all behind him, and they were the same people who was condemning him. I mean, is that a sign of human nature? Is that how humans are in that respect? So long as once the going is good, everybody's cool. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? You'll have 1,000 followers, so to speak. But then the moment that things turn against you, or things ain't so much in everybody's favor, everything just suddenly changes.
Yeah.
As human beings, we are naturally like that. We if you look at how whenever anything is said, we always look to the negative before we look to the positive. So
positive,
it's the same thing whenever we anything we do, we always look at the worst case scenario rather than the best case scenario. We always look at the news. It's always the negative. You get a tiny bit of positive right at the end. It's never about looking at things from a positive perspective first, not second. And as humans, we're naturally like that.
Yeah, but like Rudy said, sports galvanizes. It gets people together. It makes them quite unified. But if Sterling had messed up or Rashford had messed up, you would have heard about that more than, like you said, around the negativity. But suddenly now we're a unified team because they're doing well. They're in the final.
Yep.
They've journeyed, and you know, and Southgate. Everybody's suddenly champions. You know, we win on Saturday, I'm going to see a lot of black tattoos on white shoulders. Do you know what I mean? I'm just going to be like, no, what's going on?
You know what? I don't think you're far wrong. I don't think you're far wrong.
It'd be just like, what? When did Sterling suddenly become your man at the moment? You know, I'm like, he's been playing amazing football for a very long time. You know, and he has a skill. He has a skill and he's got a talent. And you're right, Rudy. He's got a massive job in lifting the team. And I think he's doing a great thing about it by supporting individuals and looking midfield, defence and all the other stuff and ensuring that they're playing. Because Southgate can say stuff, but ultimately you're on the pitch, you're having to support the team. So
is someone's stomach okay? Somebody, can you hear? It's like someone's stomach is going or something like that. But then there was, who's the Manchester United footballer you just now mentioned? The one who got all the kids to school meals? Marcus Rashford.
Marcus
Rashford, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the way in which the Man United team turned against him when he wasn't so-called performing as well as they wanted him to. But just before that, he was being applauded. It's just, it's a difficult road to trod. With human nature, I would assume is a difficult road to trot.
And when you're in a sport that shouldn't discriminate, and then you live in a society that discriminates, it makes it doubly hard, doesn't it? So there's this whole thing, the tokenistic value of being of colour, if that is a thing. Suddenly everybody's cheering on and going, yeah, we're all equal. And like you say, Rudy, as soon as they underperform or just perform like the rest of the team, they're suddenly
But that's funny that you say that, because you're talking about having to be twice as good.
Yes.
Twice as good.
Again.
Yes.
Twice as good.
Twice as good in anything, not only football.
No, it's across the board, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a question that came up, well, in my head a few days ago, right?
Let's explore it.
We UK have removed themselves from the European market, right? And this is the European Cup final. So why is UK or England in the European Cup final when they moved themselves from it then?
It sounds like a answer that's answerable by saying tradition. I mean, you could say that yes, they should just step out totally, I mean, because you're independent, does that mean that you shouldn't, for example, trade with those within the world? I mean, the whole point of some people wanting to get out of Europe was to have to have control of their own borders, to have control of their own currency. And not necessarily having to give Europe as much money as they were giving them, or to be dictated to by an outside party. So, I mean, how much control do you want people from outside of your house to have of you?
All right. Okay then. Right. Now, I used to play American football, right?
Oh, I mean,
but the fact is that it's only Americans that can qualify for the.
Yeah, but Americans think that they're the world, though. But Americans see themselves as the world.
Yeah, but
like they've got baseball, which we call rounders.
Yeah, exactly. It's a children's game.
Yeah, but you can't get. You can't. It's interesting. Sorry, Aston. It's interesting you say that, because America itself, there's North America and South America, and it's only North America that can.
That's right.
Not South America. So when you're talking about America as a whole, they can't all play American football. So it's quite elitist.
Yeah.
But we've only come. You said we've only come out of the trade. We haven't come out of the sport.
That's right. It's not about saying that we don't want anything to do with Europe. Full stop per se. It's just the economics and the trading side of things. You know, I mean, there are a lot of things that's going to be affected by it. You know, in terms of the workplace, because then the rules and everything change from what I've been made to understand. Because I don't do 9 till 5, so I don't really know. But it's things that I have heard.
Yeah, 4 days on, 4 days off, them long 48, 60 hours that they do, and
because 0 hours is here, isn't it? And there's no there's no protection. No. There's no pension.
That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Well, then again, you know what? Needs are needs and must are must.
People need to work. Yeah. A lot of young people do 0 hours. A lot of young people because they can't get, and I think they're prepared to work longer. And if they've got people that can support them to put money aside to safeguard for holidays and all the other stuff, then that's fine. And if you can get like wage protection, which is really difficult when you've got 0 hours, but there's lots of things that are in place that they can do. But there's a lot of young people, I've worked with young people for a long time, that's the only kind of work they can get.
But then haven't we noticed there's been a lot of bicycles with people with food on their backs, taking it from
Deliveroo and everything.
Those are the people who I believe are taking advantage.
Just Eats. Just Eats.
You know.
They're 0 hours though, aren't they? They're 0 hours contracts. So if you don't order food, people, they don't work. But it's a difficult one. So all power to those tomorrow. You know, I hope they do exceptionally well. It'd be good for those that are wearing the shirt, you know, and struggling with some of the, like we've talked about it before about kick it out and the other stuff that happened in sport. So that it might give them the voice to actually say, look, we're doing this and we continue to do this. Stop it already.
One of my observations also, you know, when they initially started their campaign in this their journey in this football
Sunday,
episode, that initially when they were showing their demonstrations or in support of like the Black Lives Matter in that way there, the supporters, they were booing them and for taking the knee. And now it's kind of like turned right around, you know, to where even their opponents were applauding them for actually taking the knee, you know. So
surely you didn't think for 1 minute, did you, that there wasn't going to be any resistance?
Oh no,
because you know there are people who think that way, and in order for it to be turned around, people have to show that there's some sort of opposition, because that's the other good thing when you think about, you know, the football in terms of they started taking the knee here and now we're steering it in the European Championships. Do you get what I mean? So
I'm waiting for Sunday though with Italy.
Sorry, Italy. It's Sunday. My bad. Said Saturday.
I'll wait for Sunday. I want that would be very interesting if when them take the knee and see Italy's reaction to that, right? Because why? You know how them go on already. With the Mussolini support there.
Mussolini.
Man. Yeah,
Mussolini, you know. Wow, that's a throwback.
The Italians are terrible.
They are.
A lot of Europeans are terrible. Let's not get it twisted.
Majority of them, yes.
Yeah.
So
France, let's not get twisted.
All of those.
I think all the Europeans are actually all the same, because they're the exact same countries who are holding Africa to ransom.
Yes.
Of course.
Exactly.
Well, of course.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
No.
You know,
they're all the ones who kind of were starting the slave trade and all of that kind of stuff. When you think about it, because just looking at Guyana, for example, there's 3 parts to Guyana. There's French Guyana, there's Dutch Guyana, and there's British Guyana. Why? Because of the past.
Yeah, I think that's the same in Jamaica, to be fair.
Let's see if I could get this back.
And there's Indian Jamaica, because the Indians were there as well, which is that awful term that they get from coolies. So you've got Jamaican Indians, but there's a German section in Jamaica, and there's definitely English because my parents are from Manchester, which is up north, but in Jamaica. But it's actually in southern Jamaica. But and then there's the Scottish. There's quite a few.
There's a lot of there's a lot of settlements there. But remember, Jamaica has been that place where people have come there for work anyway from other places. So even after the establishment of the slave trade was based in like Jamaica and the rest of the islands, right? But there was a lot of other people, like as you say, the Indians. They came to Jamaica to work, right?
They didn't come. They didn't come. They were the first slaves that were actually taken to work the plantations, and they died out. And then they discovered that they then realized that it was the Africans who could survive the kind of treatment that was being given, because especially if we talk about South America, they were the indigenous. If you talk about the Caribbean, they were the indigenous population, because in truth, the Africans who we see there today calling Jamaica home, it's not really their home as such.
No. As my mother always imprinted onto me, you're not Jamaican, you're African.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's where we originated from.
Yeah. I feel sorry for the indigenous. Well, some of them, they're wiped out now. We don't even know. Right. Because I remember it was my mum who used to teach me about the Amerindian Indians, who used to live in South America. But myself and Astrid, the Guyanese. Yeah. And initially we had the Amerindian Indians who were there.
That's right. Yes.
And they were literally wiped out.
Yeah.
They were. But we just mentioned something which was quite interesting. If I can bring this up.
I like to think, though, deeper into the rainforest that they're there.
Yeah.
Hiding away
that'd
somewhere.
Be nice, wouldn't it?
But they're known as the pygmies and all that kind of stuff, aren't they?
I like that. I like that idea. That's nice.
When you see them, but we can still see how the world really is controlled by these nations right underneath here. So you've got France, Germany, Italy, Spain, Portugal, Belgium. The Dutch should be there as well, really and truly, because they've all got take on the land.
Yeah.
And they're also holding them because they put their army bases.
Yes.
You will also find that their army bases are located in those countries as well.
Absolutely.
And also their judicial system, followed by the monetary system as well. Okay.
Hold that.
No, that's me.
There you go. You were saying.
That was a nice little impromptu background music to.
Just listen as you're watching and seeing.
Yeah. But it's interesting because then in the continent stuff in Africa, when you see how the Europeans are, you can also see that the second language as well. So there's a lot of French-speaking African, Portuguese, and it's interesting that they believe that that's their first language, when in actual fact it's the secondary one.
Yeah,
it's not. It's not at all. Not at all. Sure. But imagine now that like the impact of that is that you've taken away somebody's language and identification in their own homeland. In their own homeland.
In their home.
In their own home.
You know what I mean?
Imagine if that was in your own home and somebody came in and just changed everything. It's like, really?
Yeah.
But in effect, that's exactly what's happened.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I may not see the day, but I would love to see the day when they all get kicked out. And it just goes back to
plain and simple.
Africa.
Plain and simple.
Well,
Bye.
you
I
know,
won't never see it in my lifetime, but I would love for it to happen.
it has happened to some extent with Mugabe, right? Of where you know they've taken back the control in that way there, but now it's even reverting back because obviously Mugabe passed away now.
Yeah.
And obviously the political
and the fingers are getting back in again.
And what they're doing, they're even compensating the landowners and the people who had their farms, but they are actually compensating, and some of them even reverting the ownership back to them as well. So you know, never mind. Let's say
we need to learn not to be so greedy, because a lot of what goes on is through greed.
Yeah.
And
but it's reconditioning though, isn't it?
To get past that. We need to get past. It is about reconditioning, because you know we can see it from here because we're outside looking in. It's quite often, you know, you hear you can't see the wood from the trees when you're actually in it. And you can't see how to develop and what to do and how to change and how doing it differently can be even better, because you've never experienced it. And we all go on our experiences. We all go on what we learn, what we understand, what we read, what we educate ourselves to do, and that's how we actually have that change and be better and a better version of ourselves, and you know, more supportive of others, more tolerant of others, but without being taken advantage of. And you know, it's all about helping those guys to learn as well, if that makes sense. And to understand that, you know, how you're living is not the only way to live. How you're thinking is not the only way to think. And to have a change and do things differently is scary, because you know, in coaching, change is scary, and so it has to be done step by step by step by step. So you can see,
step by step.
So you can see the impact, you can see the benefit, you can see that it's actually better for you than just saying change. You know, that word scares so many people.
Oh yeah,
people.
Oh yeah.
So,
but isn't that what's happening now?
Yeah, go on, Jodie. Sorry.
Isn't that what's happening now around football? Mindset changing, thinking about acceptance, and that's momentarily, but actually there needs to be more work in saying, look, let's look at the good rather than the negative, because there's not much negative in the actual art form of playing football, but actually the supporters and some of the people and the infrastructure, that's, you know, because you still get people playing with a crushed up piece of newspaper and a rolled up ball on the street, you know, and they still have skill. So that the actual art form isn't, but I do think there's some work that needs to be done around acceptance and change and supporting and empowering that positivity around, just because it's that whole thing.
There is a lot of work that needs to be done. A lot of work. Yeah. Because, you know, even, you know, you keep hearing, oh, there are coaches everywhere and this, that and the other and all the rest of it. But it's all about helping people to understand about change. There are billions of people in the world. Billions of people in the world. And majority of those people have been, for example, 80% of the population, before we had the COVID, 80% of the population have been doing the same job as when they were a teenager right up until now. They don't like change. They like to know that this is this way, and they, you know, and that's
routine.
Exactly. They like the routine. Whereas those who are outside of that don't want that routine. They want to be able to challenge themselves. They want to be able to change. They want to be able to try something new, do something new, and see the benefit and see, you know, how that works for them. And that's why, you know, I say to people, how many people do you know who've been doing the same job from day one?
Exactly.
And they don't know how to change, and change is scary for them. Whereas all of us have all been doing different things. If we look back on our lives, we've all done different things at different times, and we've got different experiences, and we've got life experience, and all of that kind of thing.
But I think there's some people who've done the same job and have done an amazing. I know I've got friends who in my age group, and they've been working in that job for 40 years, and are very settled. I don't mean settled in life. They're challenging themselves. They've done different things, but they've kept the same job. So I think it's about how people work, and it is definitely about mindset. So if that job works for you, then that's fine, so long as you're watching the ever-evolving changes that happen daily. Daily there's change happening as we speak now. So I think it's about people's understanding, because you're right, there are definitely some that have had the same job. Those that went down in the coal mine, those that worked in factories, got their golden watches. I worked for Birmingham City Council for 25 years. I worked in different youth centres, but I worked in, a different youth centre so that I could see changes after a while.
Although you're in the same place, you've had a number of different jobs.
True.
I worked for the bank for 20 years, but I had different jobs within the bank.
Sure.
So,
okay.
It's about just that one thing. But I'm sort of talking about being a cashier from day dot to now.
Yeah.
I've not really done anything else.
And some people don't want to be challenged, do they?
No.
Some people don't want to be challenged.
And that stems back to what we were saying about the mentality of people with football, and where you have the guys who are really good, and where if they're not good, we swing from one way to the other. I say we, but there is a swing from one way to the other, and it's purely through mindset.
Yeah, because that's discrimination at its worst, isn't it? Because actually they're being discriminated against. But there's lots of discrimination, not just about colour, but when you're talking about mindset, there's lots of discrimination around mindset. So people who believe that they're much cleverer and more astute and a lot richer. So there's that kind of hierarchy thing that comes about. And that's also challenging, because just because somebody has more money, does that mean that they're more successful? Or just because somebody has more qualifications, does that mean they're brainier? Actually, they've got more qualifications in those subjects, but not necessarily in others. So, someone always says to me, "Oh gosh, you're really intelligent because you've got a master's." And I said, "Yeah, but only in one subject, not in the world." I've got a master's degree, but not ask me to, fix a wire to lighting, and I'm going, my master's doesn't help me to do that, thanks. So there's I'm not a master in everything. But it's interesting about mindset, because I think it's really good that conversation has been happening for the last few years, in thinking about how the mind works, where people are, where their headspace is. And it kind of made me think about the Asperger's in particularly in adults. And I've just been really intrigued by that, because it is about the mind, how people think. And I think a lot of us, particularly people who are black or of colour or whatever we want to call ourselves, have not been fully appreciated, understand or diagnosed this condition. But as we've gotten older, we can reflect, and you can think, oh, is that what that was? Is that why I did that? Or is that why she did that? Is that why she's the way she is? And I think a lot of people's minds are being dismissed, the way in which people think. Is quite important. Or calling them millennials, they're more in tune with that. Whereas I know from it was kind of like you're either thick, stupid, or really intelligent. There was never any middle of the road or any. There was never anything in between that. And that's quite interesting about where the mindset is as well, and how the mind works. I'm fascinated by how the mind works and how we don't use all of the mind. Why do we have so much brain space and we don't use it all?
Exactly. we only really the brain space that we use is for repetition, because we if you think about it, in school we learn repetition, but we don't use it. The only way we actually do use it is in everyday things. So for example, we most of our brain that we use to actually do the daily tasks that we do. We don't have to think about it because our brain helps us do it. There's only actually 4% of our brain, 4% of our brain that we use to help us deal with something that's different. 4%.
But the brain obviously is like the main computer of the body, such. Yes. So it's not only what we utilize it as we see and we connect with outside or functioning, but it does its sub functioning, right, of your organs, your body, monitoring everything as well. So in some ways I agree with that we could utilize our capabilities better, right? But I feel that the brain itself is utilized as a whole, right? But we're just not conscious of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then so how do you just go into the person who say can remember, they're like 80 and they can remember descriptive details of stuff, and they can just call on it and recollect it, or somebody who's
I would say
you've got a 4-year-old who's very articulate and very how do you, because that's what you're saying, some people's brain is utilized more than others. So in agreement with Astrid, people just function. We do repetitive blah, 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 repetitive. I said that 3 times.
Yeah. Yes, we have noticed.
I'm not going to say it again. So then what happens is there's extraordinary people that do extraordinary things completely out of the ordinary. Like you might see somebody who's 3 pick up a pencil and can draw quite amazing. They're not stick people. Or you can see somebody who's 4 or 5 and they can read better than some adults, and where's that space, and how are we looking at what that is? So there's the intellect, the artistic, the skilled, the person who's not as socialized, and I just think, how do we just say that it's just about the brain, because actually some people use it more than others, but how do we get into that? That's what I'm.
And you answered it right there. Some people use it more than others.
Yeah,
right. True. If you just sit down there, and perfect thing is like you're watching television. If you notice, a lot of people will just turn on a television when they enter into a room, not even be watching it, but they say, "Oh, it's company," not realizing that input or that impact of what's coming from that television is feeding themselves subconsciously. Likewise, if you actually focus on what you want to achieve, right, and you allow yourself to open up to it, right? Like, for instance, as you say, a young child could go and just draw because they're enjoying the drawing, right? Someone can read because they're enjoying the reading, right? And therefore they will focus on that, and that would be their forte. Yeah. Some people they go into a mind fog, right? And they just lock off, right? And just like anything else, and I've seen it as well, people who come from another place, like another country, they forget part of their language because they're immersed into the UK, and they're speaking English, and English is their second language, and they forget parts of their first language. You understand? Or they go, "Oh, I can't remember how that's said in my language," and it is because they're not utilizing it in that way. Right?
But how do you then say that? how do you then say, so I'm coming from a teaching background and I look at some young people and there's some young people, and that's why I'm talking about Asperger's. There's some young people that just don't get it. And I don't mean why 2 and 2 makes 4. It's just that they've done something and it's very simple for them. I look at my nephew. He can do something which would be deemed as naughty, and we have to spend a long time going to him why it's naughty, and he's likely to do it again. So we have to do a lot of repetitive stuff so that it becomes a routine, so that he understands that it's not right. And so then he's done something wrong, and then he questions and says, was that right, Auntie? And so how do we, if we're not looking into that and understanding how the brain is for some individuals, I think there's a lot of people that get missed. And I believe that happened in our generation. So there's a lot of people that had autism, have Asperger's, and have other elements on the spectrum, and were dismissed. They were dismissed as disruptive, as challenging, as having behavioural issues, and a lot were excluded. Is it what's called? It was expelled in my day, but excluded. Yeah. So I've just seen that collective memory and selective memory. So that's quite interesting.
The thing is, right, is that when like for instance your nephew there, right, he was doing an action that he saw was beneficial to him, whether it be right or whether it's right or wrong, right? So therefore, as far as he's concerned, he's doing the right thing. Okay. You're explaining to him that, this is wrong, but he's getting benefit from doing whatever he's doing, right? So therefore, in his I'm going to put it like this, and I don't mean it in a derogatory way, but in his narrow way of doing things, right, or in his functionability, right, he's doing the best what he can do in his thing. So therefore, when he's doing another action, he's going to think, is this the right or the wrong? You understand? Instead of just doing something. Instead of just doing something. Right?
So we put it upon them. We put it upon them because children are inquisitive, aren't they? So children will always try. It's that whole chocolate biscuit burp fire, all the other stuff they just try.
I'm just going to step out for a second.
Okay. I was going to say, Julie, that it's very much along the lines of when children start to hear no consistently, that's when they stop being the creative person that they could be. Because a lot of, like you were saying, a child of 3 who just likes to draw, or a child of 3 who likes to read or whatever, they haven't been told no yet. They haven't been told you can't do that, you can't do that, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. They don't get that when a child that young, all they're doing is processing what is going on around them, what adults are doing, what they do, and all they're doing is just thinking about, okay, yes, that works when I do that, 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 and all they're doing is feeding their brain. But if we start too early to say no, that's what begins to change them, and they begin to think about, well, actually, I can't do that, I can't do that, I can't do that, I can't do that, and that's part of I guess kind of learning and development, in that as we get older, because we've been told that from such an early age, that's why we become the way we become, because we've been told no rather than being allowed to try
to grow
and see
and develop
and see what's going on.
Because then don't we get a situation of I can say, even for me, being quite intelligent at school, I was bored. I was bored, so I was disruptive because I was bored. I'd done my work and I was chatting to everybody half the time because I was absolutely bored. And I just think that there's quite a lot of young people that actually some of the disruption is about boredom, or is about not challenging the mind, not big. What do you do with the, what do they call them, super gifted or multi-talented individual? How do we support those? And what then happens, how do we get the super brainy child, not myself. I'm just thinking of some of the young people I've worked with over the years, super brainy, went to university and are seriously addicted to drugs now and almost homeless or have been homeless because actually they've said they were bored in what they were doing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I can honestly say, and my brother will hate me for saying this, but I can honestly say that my brother was bored at school because he wasn't challenged enough.
Exactly. You're not challenged.
He wasn't challenged enough. What he was doing at school was not challenging for him. So, yes, he was a little bit disruptive. I know I was a little bit disruptive because at the end of the day, it was really, never guessed that about me. But when you get bored with something, you want to find something else to do. You want something else to occupy your mind. Because I remember when I went back to Guyana, and I went there for, I think, 6 months. I can't remember why, but I went back to Guyana. So because I was there for 6 months, I actually went to school there. And the schooling system there was far in advanced as to where I was at school, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I learned to write properly in joined up writing, as we called it in our English school, joined up writing. And I wasn't writing in script writing anymore. So I would join up all my letters and all of that kind of thing. I learnt maths to a higher degree. I learned English to a higher degree. I learned, everything else to a higher degree. So by the time I came back, I knew more than the people in the next year up from me.
Yeah.
But yet still, I was told by the school, you can't write like that. You have to write the same as everybody else.
Yeah, they're holding it down.
You can't. No, that's for the higher years to learn, not where you're at. And I'm like, hang on a minute. No, I've learnt this already. I'm not going backwards. I'm going forwards.
So Jenny's saying that she was sorry, Astrid.
I was saying that my mum, when she had to come to the school, and she got me put up a year.
Oh, fair play.
She was not having me.
That's impressive.
Go backward. You never met my mum. If you met my mum,
I never. I would love her.
Trust me.
I would love her.
A lot of people would love her. Yes. But she was that kind of mother who was like, hang on a minute, no, why? And she would question and she'd go in the school and question them. So if they saw her coming, it was like, okay, yes, Mrs. Phillips. Yes, Mrs. Phillips. Because what she had to say was correct, and they didn't have an answer to what she said.
Yeah, I like that. But Jenny's just saying there that she was tested for dyslexia at 47. I think that's amazing. So if you look back, she says she was tested when she was doing her degree at 47. I think to test somebody at a mature age as that is phenomenal, because actually what that says is we need to understand how your brain has been working and how we can then support you going forward. Because I think there's a lot of adults that should be tested, but because they've functioned, as quite rightly you said, Aston, that because they've just functioned and because they're used to the repetitiveness, they've accepted that. And I even feel I should have been tested, because I was a very brainy, disruptive child.
I mean, we are saying and agreeing to an education, probably structure, what should be implemented, i.e. that children or young children should be tested every 4 years, right? To see what their cognitive response really are.
I like that.
You understand? Because
I like that.
Everybody develops in their own way. Later on in their lives, they settle into being the adults that they are, right? So you can imagine if every 4 years they had that test, right? And then the education and requirements was made to suit them, right?
Well, I might need to do my PhD on that.
Right. Right. So even if they did that, right? Imagine the types of education system that would actually happen.
Be in place.
Not just attending
a national curriculum,
but an actual school that supports an individual to get the full potential of education that they require. right?
Yeah.
But as we know, the education system here is only made for you to function.
Yes.
It is.
I like that,
Very
Aston.
much so.
I really
It
like
is.
that.
It
That
is.
sparked me up. I really
Because
like that.
if you think about everything in the world so far, you know, we had the landline phones. We've now got mobile phones. We had we had no computers, but we've now got computers and we've got laptops, and it's now you know, we can do it on our phone now. If you look at all the changes that have happened in the world, the only thing that hasn't changed is school. That's
And also our bodies change. So our bodies change in life. So we're susceptible to change as you know, we go through the physicality of being being pubescent and then settling down and then becoming menopausal. I don't know what men do, but they do something.
Similar sort of thing-ish.
We buy bigger and faster cars.
So yes.
There we go.
But so actually, in accepting change, that because we accept it as in the physical sense, but we don't accept it in the
mental,
in emotional, mental sense. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like that.
Exactly.
Definitely.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
So
that's really interesting.
Even for myself, I mean, I know that I forget things quite
It's your
often.
age, babe.
Right?
It's your age. Yeah, it's your age.
No. It may be, but I haven't been tested.
Yeah.
You understand? I may be going through things, but I haven't been tested. So you know, in essence, that would be a great thing to incorporate, probably in that 10-year cycle of like you go and get your full body testing, whatever, you know.
Yeah, I like that.
Because when you go to the doctors, they always want to do a health check when you get to a certain age.
Yeah.
So a health from a body point of view, not a health check from this point of view.
Mind, yeah.
So everything should be done, not just the body. Everything from top to toe. Everything.
But do they really want to deal with creative thinking people? That's a thing, because as we've said, it's about being functional as far as the education institution is concerned. It's about getting them from this place to that place to serve an economic desire. Whereas if we suddenly talked about creativity, you know, I remember being at school that there was one or two who liked drama, who liked art, that went to study. But now you can do that even if you don't. You know, it's encouraged from a very early age. It was probably one or two that went and did art, but actually now they've got proper colleges and universities that are set up just around the creative arts, and that helps people. I think there's lots of people that, but then also around the vocational stuff, we've got more vocational colleges that will deal with the practical side of where people are at. So yeah, it's good. I like that 4-year test out, Aston. I'm really feeling that. I like that.
I mean, like, you know, we ask of our youngs to change their environment, their up their education, but we don't test them to see what the functionality. I mean, I know for a fact that a lot of their homework is done by their parents, but like when they come into the classroom, it's a different thing, isn't it? Can you explain this?
So
one
true.
Yeah, it is.
That is so true. Yeah.
Right. So that's why you got a lot of A stars.
But then, isn't that because of the pressure that children and parents are under, particularly for the teachers to achieve? So I think a lot of teachers would like to see as many of their. So I come from a teaching background. My old daughter always used to say, "Mum, if you did my work, I'd get A's." And I said, "Yeah, but and what?" So I said, you know, let's do your work for you rather than. So yeah, I agree with you with that Aston. That there's a lot of people that would do their children's work. Oh, that's ticking me. Yeah.
Because like even when I was working, there would be somebody come in and they say, "Oh, do you know this equation here?" And like it'd just be like, for instance, you know, like a surface area of a sphere and things like this. He goes, "Oh yeah, you use this formula here." and then you show them how it's done. Oh, right. And then I think, well, why would you need that? Because it's for the child at school. I go, okay, and we get that regularly. We would get that regularly. Yeah,
interesting. That's again about mindset as well, isn't it? That's about where people expect their children to be, and so they will go that extra mile to
help,
without them fully understanding what's been taught. So there's no comprehension, is there? So
And the thing is, what we know now as adults or parents or whatever is completely different to what the kids are doing at school now.
Yeah.
I mean, like the stuff that I know is hands-on, manual type
stuff. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
But like now it's all computerized and everything. So
Exactly. Well, that's where the world is going. You know, you have to be able to operate a computer of some description, whether it be on your phone or whatever. But also as well, you've got to be able to problem solve. Those are the two key things: being able to use a computer and problem solve. And if you can do those two things, you're laughing. You're laughing. And being creative is a good thing these days, not a bad thing, because if you're being creative, you're able to think for yourself. You're able to work things out for yourself. So the problem solving will come because you'll want to problem solve. And then, you know, on top of that, I don't know anyone, youngster wise, who doesn't know how to use a computer or use your phone to do whatever you can't do on the phone, you know, that kind of thing. So, you know, that's the way the world is going now, and we have to learn to do that. But I think for young people, the more creative they can be, the better off they will be. The more problem solve, the better off they will be, because that's what companies are looking for now. They're looking for people who can problem solve, not just people who can regurgitate information. They want,
and that's good. So, being adaptable as well.
Yeah,
you know, being adaptable.
Yeah, definitely.
Look at that. In my mind now, I'm thinking, I've still got my slide rule in my toolbox, you know.
Is it a metal one though?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got a metal one as well.
There you go. I posted the other day on my Facebook page about, do you remember the eyeglasses that you used to look through that had that like little picture disc? So you put the picture and you click it.
The kaleidoscope, not kaleidoscope. It was called I remember.
Yeah, it was called kaleidoscope.
Was it kaleidoscope?
Yeah.
No, the kaleidoscope was the one.
No, the kaleidoscope.
Was it?
Was with all the functions.
Yeah. This one here, you just click and next picture, click, next picture.
That's
click. Look how far we've come from that.
If you've still got a functional one that you need to be talking, not just the pictures. It's whether you actually got one.
Doesn't exist anymore.
I do apologize.
I found my film one that I had like a little film that I put it into like a little. It looked like a little box, and it would connect, and I would turn the handle like the old films, and I would turn the handle, and I would see an actual picture as well.
That's right.
That was like the first kind of pictures that you would see as a kid. Do you know what I mean? So
my daughter got me for Mother's Day you know, what's it called? The negative reel that you had? You used to have the negative reel. And when you pull it out, it's got pictures of she and I. It's a key ring. And you pull it out, and it's got a negative film of pictures of she and I.
Wow.
And it's really nice, but it's like is it 126 or 135 millimeter camera reel? 135 mil. So that they're making it as something quite...
wow,
like a relic. So it's nostalgic, so it's really nice. And she's got one, and she's like, "Oh, Mum, did you really use stuff like this?" I'm like, "Unfortunately,
yeah, we did." I think I found one of mine the other day, and I'm like, "Where the hell?" Okay, fine. Let me just pull it out and see what it is.
And you were devastated when the picture didn't print good, weren't you? Because you just wouldn't know.
I know. Now you can delete it and retake it pretty much.
Yeah. Instantaneous.
Filter it, add extra people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Put yourself in New York when you're really in your back garden.
Oh my God.
I mean, Yeah.
I mean, the closest I ever got to something like that was the pen that used to turn upside down, and it had ink in it, and it filled up the swimming suit, and then
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Every boy's playtime in between the English and mathematics lesson.
Yes, that pen. Yes, that pen.
You went to Blackpool to get those, didn't you? Because you couldn't buy them. You had to go to Blackpool or Southend-on-Sea, didn't you? Yeah.
Go somewhere far to get them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was
Memories.
those were the days. Those were the days. Yes, exactly.
But change, change. It's important, isn't it?
It
Really?
is all about change. Yes, it is. It is.
That's all.
Things
Right,
have
I'm gonna
Boy, business are run good.
Someone, yeah, exactly. You know.
Business are run good.
You know.
Oh no, we'll have that talk after. We'll have that talk.
Oh, okay, all right then. We'll talk later. Although I've got
No. Well.
Not that.
Rudi. Remember, you have to switch over to the YouTube. You know.
Probably too late by now.
Yeah.
Probably way too late by now.
People are reminiscing on the pen.
It's in conversation. You know, business are on still.
Business, right. Yes. Business conversation.
No, it's good news, man. It's all good news.
Oh,
that's good.
Yeah, it's all good news, and I'm going to share it with you because I think you deserve to. No, I think you deserve to see this. People are gonna see it a bit later on. So this is exclusive.
Breaking news.
This is definitely breaking news.
And a Friday morning, live from Friday Rants and Bants podcast with Rudi and the crew.
Okay, because we're getting support now for the comedy festival from the highest echelons in the world of comedy.
Who's that? Prince Charles.
It's important to recognise performers.
Slim Jim
in film. And I always think that this thing about the table, you know, we want a seat at the table. We don't want a seat at the table. We want to make our own table. And we want to invite who we want to sit at the table with us. You know, nobody wants a power grab. We just want a power share, is something I say in the book that I wrote with Marcus Ryder. You know, we want it to be equal. We want a share of what's going on. And we want to have a voice. And if you're not going to give us a voice, we'll just speak anyway. Yeah. And I think that's what's good about marginalised comedians. There's a point when you start thinking, do you know what? I'm tired of people telling me what to do and what not to do. I'm just going to do what I want to do.
Come on now.
That's enough for that for you guys.
There's more going on. Where's he from, Where's he from now?
Where's he living? Where's he living?
Not about where he's living, where's he from, man? Where's he from?
Where's he living?
Where's he from, man?
Where's he from, man? Why did he leave?
Where did he leave? Where's he from, man? Black country, man. Where's he from, man? Where's he from, man?
There's a lot.
I grew up with his cousins, actually.
Yeah, there's a lot that's going on to make this work.
Amazing. Come on now.
Well done,
Rudi, man. Yeah, we're loving this. And
we're getting. That's why I was in talks just now with the BBC and with ITV just now. So that was what was going on there. So for those people who don't know, the August bank holiday, we're going to have a comedy festival. It's going to be the biggest comedy festival that's ever been seen in the UK, held by people of Afro-Caribbean origin. Give you an idea. Of what the lineup will look like.
I'm not gonna.
This one I better do with the jabata. Me I no get time I did da. Dada cover my face, calling me la ba.
Like somebody I knew there.
Yeah, it's quite a number of faces there. All Britain's Got Talent's got there. Live at the Apollo, we've got there. We've got people who have got their own TV shows, as in Dane, Baptiste, CK, Amos. The only people who are missing is the likes of Gina, Mo the comedian, but they will be sending their regards. And we'll see them on screen anyway. Yeah. So they'll be and stuff like that. So,
and Judy,
yeah, and Judy. So it's all coming together, but it's taken time. And as Lenny says, as opposed to us waiting, we're getting up and we're just doing it ourselves. I'm not waiting. Waiting on Fred to give us the money. We're just doing it.
This is our evolution time.
This is our time.
Yeah, but then at the same time, the way that the BBC and ITV are looking at it is that we're actually uplifting because we're just coming out of the pandemic now, and we're raising the spirits of the community, and that's what that's something that comedy can and does.
Yeah, laughter therapy is great.
It's laughter therapy, so things are happening. But I can see that we've overrun, and I've got to big up the team. Big up.
Yes, that's it. Absolutely.
Yes.
Getting overtime now, yeah.
I've got to give you something. Got to give you some sort of applause for what you've done.
Yeah.
Not last.
No.
Not last.
We sorted.
That's emotional. Yeah. It's not about taking part. It's about the applause. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we sorted out. We sorted out the education system for the next 100 years.
Yes, amazing. That was really good. Thank you for that, Aston. That was really good.
Actually, I would love you to do a dissertation on that. I would love you to do dissertation because I'm
thinking of what to do my PhD on because that's the only thing I haven't got. And I said to my daughter I'd wait until I was at least past 55. I'm not yet, liar, but yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking of now. So yeah.
Okay, cool.
I've always said I wanted to do it on education, but I didn't know what aspect. But that sounds like definitely Spurgis in adults and yeah, absolutely, yeah. So yeah, thank you for that. Stimulating.
No problem.
No. Oh my God.
Rudy already gave you the applause. Yeah.
No problems. No problem.
Remember,
we used to have no problems. We used to have that program. No problems.
Yeah. No problems. Yeah.
No problems.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, and that was Victor and
Janet.
Janet.
Yeah.
Victor, Janet. Who else was in it? Chris.
Chris Cummins was it?
Cummins, yeah.
Yeah.
He was in it as well.
Bit nice he was. Still is.
Here and I was going to say keep your trousers on, but there you go. Sorry, I do apologise. No, your batty riders.
No, sir, the riders them gone off when him coming out of the building. The riders them gone.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Thank you for this morning, guys.
Yes, nice. It has been good. Thank you. It's been nice.
Who's for the weekend now, yeah?
Our laughter therapy for Friday, and the weekend.
Yeah, absolutely.
And all the psycho commentary as well.
Yeah.
I am busy here looking for our out actually.
You're too rude, man. You're too rude.
I'm looking for it. What have I done with it?
Don't know.
Give me. You guys gonna have to keep chatting for a little bit longer.
It's been emotional. Thank you. I'd like to thank my mum. I'd like to thank my family and my colleagues. I'd like to thank my colleagues. Thank you for just showing up as a head, Julie, today. Yeah, emotional.
And thank you to Grace and Jenny and everyone else that was watching.
Jackie, Paul,
Gillian. So
Gillian, big up Gillian. Big up
Spice, Liz, George, Stingo.
Yep.
Yeah. Wouldn't be here we are without you.
Dave. Don't forget Dave. Yes.
Don't forget Dave.
Carl.
Lescha.
Yeah.
And Lescha,
Jackie.
yeah.
Lescha.
Jackie.
Woo!
Oh yeah, Alicia's listening underneath the table, isn't it?
Yeah. Look forward to seeing you soon, Lescha, man, in a few weeks. Yeah.
Yes.
She's got her head in a hole somewhere.
We are the Windwash family. Yeah. We are the Windwash family. Come make we sing, come make we
Nine.
We are the Windwash family. Yeah.
Welcome to England.
The Windwash family.
Oh no.
We are the Windwash family. We are the Windwash family. Whether Jamaican, St. Lucian, Guardian, we are the Windwash family. We are the Windwash family. We are the Windwash family. Whether Jamaican, St. Lucian, Guardian, we are the Windwash family.
What you know wait? Oh no answer. We not just come here and no win rush. Long time black people are explorers. Only for borders, you know we don't crush. It's like everybody have a self-compass. So anyway we travel now we now get lost. Enough black people kind of superstitious, but the Almighty Father in you we can trust.
Alright, people them are coming from early 50s. Fish and soup and I walk with one grip. Style I walk, no walk and slip. Woman I walk with them and they family. Ready to work and build up a family. With intention for trouble nobody.
Give them a rod. Give them a rod.
Husband, wife and a whole heap of people.
We are the Windwash family.
We are the Windwash family.
Whether Jamaican, St. Lucian, Guardian,
We are the Windwash family.
we are the Windwash family.
Yeah, man.
Whether Jamaican, St. Lucian, Guardian,
We are the Windwash family.
Good food and culture. Not always there by our side.
Go on.
Music and laughter. Good food and culture.
That's Audrey Scott, by the way.
Yeah. Wow.
This is a message to all the descendants of the Windwash generation. It's time to rise up and change our mindset for a better future. Tell them, Sister Harvey, you hear?
Stay strong together now, people. The best is yet to come. Through hard work and determination, together we'll pull through as one.
All right, we sing from one generation to the other. Stop fight, we can do better. Come together, build up a future. Live in a peace, yeah, with your neighbor. Inclusive of 2-1 generation. Have a vision and have a plan. Mr. One street and turn Panama.
We are the Windwash family. We are the Windwash family. Whether Jamaican, St. Lucian, Guardian,
We are the Windwash family.
We are the Windwash family. We are the Windwash family.
I swear that you're taking out some days during the week because Friday come around too quick. I'm to you.
Well, it does. It does.